As we are approaching 100,000 subscribers on the channel, I wanted to take a little trip down memory lane today as I was looking at my channel and I realized that I have not seen these old unlisted videos in my channel for a really long time. And by the end of this video, you will understand why the mistakes I made are literally 99% of the mistakes most people would make when it comes to content creation, how to go about and avoid these mistakes and really focus on the things that actually makes the difference. So what I'm going to do right now is literally, I'm going to take a look at some of these videos together with you. And I don't really know what this video is. I'm not sure why it says introduction. I'm not sure why that's 4 views from 8 years ago. But I'm going to share with you some of the mistakes that I made and what it is that you need to be doing right now to get that first 1,000 subscribers. Now, why 1,000? Here's why. It's because if you take a look at every huge content creator, whether it's PewDiePie or Mr. Beast, where they've got like 100 million subscribers right now, or 50 million or some crazy number. If you take a look at what it is that they do, they will tell you that their first 100 videos did not get them 1,000 subscribers. And I want to be able to share with you why you don't need to go through the hard way in order to make it happen. Okay, so let's take a look at this first video. Hi Lina, so it's 4:15 in the morning here in Malaysia right now and I really want to sleep, but I know I promised you that video, so let's do this. This is where I work in Malaysia and that's my workstation. So okay, quick backstory. I believe I was shooting a video for one of my friends whom I think I promised I said I'll shoot my first YouTube video, so I'm not kind of fulfilling the promise. So what can you learn from this? Start by saying, you know what, I'm gonna put that first video no matter how horrible it is. Now let's see what happens. Let me give you a tour of where I work. So this is where I chill out and brainstorm ideas with friends. Okay, yeah, I think this is a good spot to film the presentation. Okay, so let's get started. How many of you would like to get paid while you are asleep? Thank you. And how many of you isn't interested? Thank you. How many of you didn't raise your hand at all? Okay, thank you for your honesty. My name is Peng Jun, and the topic of this presentation is how to make passive income online doing something that you love. I want to acknowledge you for being here today, for taking the time and effort being here, and I will do my very best to make it well worth your time. Okay, so let me just pause this, okay? If my memory serves me right, I think what I was doing is I was practicing how to deliver some sort of presentation based on this seminar or training that I attended. And, you know, this was a new skill set for me. I've never presented in front of a camera. I've never presented in front of people before. And this was when I was an absolute beginner. Okay, so I'm not sure what actually happens. By the end of this short 90 minutes... Okay, let me see what happens. Okay, so... Because of that, that drove me to come up with more products and branch out into different games like Farmville. How many of you have heard of Farmville? How many of you have friends or work? Okay, so understand something, right? If you've been following me for a while, you know that I've always told about the story of how I started out in the gaming market and how, in fact, my first $1 million that I made was in the gaming market. I started off in World of Warcraft and my first big break was in Farmville. And notice I was still figuring out what to say. And even though I was doing pretty well in the gaming niche, notice how I still wasn't clear on my message. I still wasn't clear about my stories. I wasn't clear about what to say. And quite frankly, I remember now that even before this video, I had my entire script written out beforehand. And if you want to get your first 1,000 subscribers, that's item number one. Item number one is put out your first 10 ugly looking videos. It's not about getting 1,000 subscribers in that first video or first 10 videos. It is about understanding, you know what, regardless of how ugly my video is, no matter how it's going to be awkward and weird for you, you're going to put out these 10 ugly looking videos anyway.
Number two, if you take a look at what it is that I did back then, I was literally just putting out random stuff on my YouTube. If you take a look at this second video here on automatic gambling profits, probably when I was at the casino and I probably won something after, I'm guessing, losing a lot of money, and just putting up random videos like this. Okay, so that brings us to number two. Who do you serve and what is the result you want to generate? So back then, if you take a look at my channel, there wasn't a clear purpose. I was having like random videos on like variations of my signature. I was having testimonials in here. I had like a UFC video in here, right? I wasn't being clear on who it is that I'm targeting. So that's number two for you. Who do you serve and what is the result you help them generate? Now, it took me a long time because I didn't think that that's what YouTube is for. I had all these random things, and because of that, I wasn't really placed by YouTube in a specific category because YouTube wouldn't know how to recommend my videos because they couldn't tell what it is about. And it was because of that you'll notice like these videos here are unlisted today because I was confusing the algorithm. And you'll notice that the spike and the takeoff of this channel was really when we focused down on what is the theme. The theme is about marketing online, making more sales, utilizing social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And that's when I started to show YouTube how to categorize our content. So that's number two. Who do you serve? Who do you want to target? And what is the result you're going to help them generate? So that brings us to number three. Creating content that is searchable, that is keyword rich. So you'll notice that back then, it's like I would have videos that is like interview with person name. But if that person name is not famous, why would this thing be discovered? Why would ping 072812 ever be discovered or recommended by YouTube? YouTube is about search. It is crucial to understand that Google owns YouTube. YouTube is a search engine, not a social media platform. So that means one of the main ways YouTube videos will get discovered is to think about how can you create content that has got searchability so that if somebody's typing it on Google or YouTube, there is a chance of your video being shown in the results. So for example, the video that I just showed you just now, which is ping 072812, why would this video ever be recommended? Because YouTube doesn't know what this is. Now, it would be different if I have a following of 1 million people. Some of you could be saying, well, these top YouTubers, they're not creating content based on search. That's because they've reached a critical mass and they can create whatever they want. And they will have 1 million views. Why? Because they've already received and achieved that critical mass. So number three is thinking about what are the keywords that people are searching for and create content based on these keywords. So whether it is how to play Minecraft or how to cook a steak, you want to create content that is targeting these keywords so that, number one, if people are searching it, YouTube would recommend it if it's optimized the right way. And number two, if they're watching a related video on the right hand side, when there are related videos, that's when YouTube can recommend your video because now they're able to categorize your content. Number four, you'll notice that what I was doing back then, it's like I was having all these different testimonials up here. Now these testimonials from 8 years ago, it's like I didn't understand this as well. Like, why would anyone be interested in looking at testimonials from YouTube? Now you could be looking at this saying, well, Peng Joon, you still had 1,000 views. Understand something. These 1,000 views didn't come from YouTube, but rather because I embedded these videos on my websites as part of my sales process, and those were where those plays come from. Now look at this. This is probably my first video that did well, which is how to launch a ClickBank #1. Looking back, why did this video again make sense is because it was keyword rich. So if somebody is thinking about launching a product on ClickBank, and if they're typing that, or if they're watching a ClickBank related video, that is when this video will make sense, and that is why this video has got 54,000 views. It was something that I created once, 6 minutes, but now because it's keyword rich, because it's optimized, it's because it's based on searchability, and that's why it took off. So think about all of the keywords that people are searching for, one of the ways to start planning and begin with the end in mind is to have a spreadsheet, list out all these different keywords that you want to be able to target, and then start creating videos based on these keywords. And that brings us to number 4, your personality and who you are. And whether you want to come from the angle of being a teacher / educator or entertainer, right? Because ultimately, why are people on YouTube? People are on YouTube because they either want to learn something, they want to watch some how-to tutorial video, or they want to get entertained. Now, sometimes it could be a mixture of both, but you really want to start thinking about who you are, your personality, and your strength, and double down on that. I know that these videos are more tutorial based, they're more about teaching, but if your style is like the vlogging lifestyle and you're not so much of a teacher / educator, then go with that. Double down on who you are and what it is that you enjoy doing. And try to think about whether you can merge these two things together. Because now, information is everywhere. We want to start thinking about having infotainment, which is information plus entertainment, so that now it's a more interesting piece of content to actually consume. And that brings us to the final one, commit. Commit to this journey of being a producer than just a consumer of social media. Do what you say you're going to do. And the second part of commitment is really act in spite of. In spite of what? In spite of your thoughts, feelings, mood, and emotion. Because guess what? There are going to be days where you're going to tell yourself, should I watch this thing that's happening on Netflix? Or should I spend that time scripting out and creating my next YouTube video? And there are going to be times when you say, you know what? I think I deserve watching this Netflix episode. I think I deserve taking this nap instead. And there will be times when you don't feel like doing that thing. But what is the difference between the top 1% and everybody else? What's the difference between champions, legends, and ordinary people? Is that legends will do that thing that they're committed to doing regardless of how they feel, regardless of their mood, regardless of their emotion. Most people are wired to do things only when they feel like it. This journey of being a creator, there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to tell yourself, oh, I don't feel like creating something today. And that's fine once in a while, but if you commit to 3 times a week, then do what you say you're going to do and act in spite of. Because this entire thing begins with a moment of decision. So I would love to be able to support you. In fact, let's support each other. In the comments below, let us know what your YouTube handle is by making a comment. We will automatically be able to see. And that way you guys can follow each other. And for those of you that comment early, I'm going to pick a few random channels to follow you to see exactly what it is that you are doing. So I hope this video has helped you in terms of helping you build that initial 1,000 followers, because that is the hardest. And as always, be sure to smash the like button if you found value from this video, if you got inspiration and motivation to get started. And as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel for future videos just like this one.